Sunder canned. I adore the Lord of the universe bearing the name of Rama, the chief of Raghuvansh and the crest jewel of kings, the mine of compassion, the dispeller, remover of all sins, appearing in human form through his Maya, illusory potency, power. The greatest of all gods, knowable through Vedanta, the Upanishads, constantly worshipped by Brahma, the creator, Sambhu, Lord Shiva, and Sesha, the serpent god, the bestower of supreme peace in the form of final beatitude, placid, eternal, beyond the ordinary means of cognition, sinless and all-pervading. There is no other longing in my heart, O Raghupti. I speak the truth, and you are the soul living in the hearts of all. O Raghamani, grant me intense devotion at your feet and free my mind from the defects of lust, etc. I bow to the son of the wind god, the beloved devotee of Sri Rama, the lord of the Raghus, the chief of the monkeys, the repository of all virtues, the foremost, the most important, among the wise, a fire to consume the forest of the demon race, caste. Hearing the pleasant words of Jamwant-ji, Hanuman-ji, those words very much in his mind, and Hanuman-ji said, "O brothers, you people should see my path by eating tubers, roots, and fruits until I come back after seeing Sitaji, because the mind will be very happy when the work is completed." After saying this, after saluting everyone, meditating on Ramchandraji in his heart, Hanuman-ji went to Lanka with happiness. There was a beautiful mountain on the shore of the sea. Hanuman-ji jumped on it and climbed with appreciation. Then, remembering Ramchandraji again and again, Hanuman-ji roared with great valor. It is said that the mountain on which Hanuman-ji had jumped up with his feet immediately went inside the abyss, just as Sri Ramchandraji's unfathomable arrow goes. Thus Hanuman-ji left from there. The sea, knowing Hanuman-ji as the messenger of Sri Ram, Raghunath, said to a mountain named Mainak, "O Mainak, go and stop them and destroy their labor." As soon as the words of the sea fell in ears, Mainak Mountain immediately rose from there and came to Hanumanji and repeatedly folded his hands and bowed to Hanumanji. Hanumanji touched him with his hand and then saluted him and said, "Where do I rest without doing Ramchandraji's work?" Seeing Hanumanji go, the gods sent Nagmadasarsa to know the glory of Fi's strength and intelligence. That Nagmada came and told this to Hanumanji. "Today, the gods gave me this good food." Hearing this, Hanumanji laughed and said, "I should return after doing Ramchandraji's work and tell Ramchandraji the news of Sitaji. Then, O mother, I will come and enter your mouth. Now you let me go. It will not make any difference. I tell you the truth." When he did not let them by any means, Hanumanji said, "Why are you delaying? You can't eat me." Sirsa spread her mouth in a kos. Hanumanji expanded his body twice, then Sirsa spread his mouth in 16 kos. Hanumanji immediately enlarged his body by 32 kos. Hanumanji showed twice as much of his form as Sirsa spread his mouth. When Sirsa spread his mouth in 100 plans, 400 kos, Hanumanji immediately took on a very small form. They entered his mouth and immediately came out. Then Hanumanji bowed down by saying goodbye to Sirsa. At that time, Sirsa said to Hanumanji, "O Hanuman, I have well found the difference between your strength and wisdom that the gods sent me for. You are a storehouse of strength and wisdom, so you will accomplish all the work of Sri Ramchandraji." With such blessings, Sirsa went to his house, and Hanumanji was happy and went towards Lanka. There was a monster inside the sea, so he used to catch the birds and animals in the sky by Maya. The creature that flew in the sky, seeing its shadow in the water, caught the shadow in the water. He caught the shadow in the water so that the creature could not move from there again. In this way, he always used to eat celestial creatures, headed the same deception to Hanumanji. Hanumanji immediately recognized his trick. Veer Hanumanji, the son of Pawan, who had a strong intellect, killed him and went down across the sea. Going there, Hanumanji sees the beauty of the forest that Brahmar is buzzing with the greed of Makrund. Many types of trees are adorned with fruits and flowers. Seeing the flock of birds and deer, the mind is fascinated. Seeing a huge mountain in front of him, Hanuman fearlessly jumped on that mountain, abandoning fear. Mahadev Ji says, "O Parvati, there is nothing excess of Hanuman in it. It is only the influence of the glory of Ramchandraji that eats up even time. When Hanumanji saw Lanka climbing the mountain, it is so inaccessible that nothing can be said about it. At first it was very high, then the sea gap around it. There was also a great light of golden coat on it so that anyone's eyes would be dazzled. The golden coat studded with gems of that city is very beautiful. Outside the squares, shops, and beautiful streets, there is a beautiful city built inside that beautiful city, where no one can count elephants, horses, mules, infantry, and chariots, and where there are so many herds of Mahabali amazing monsters that cannot be described. Where forests, gardens, ponds, wells, etc. are becoming beautiful. Where human girls, Nagakanya, Devkanya, and Gandharvakanya are sitting, whose form also attracts the minds of the Muni people, somewhere huge bodies like mountains roar and are fighting in many arenas in many ways and shouting at each other. Wherever crores of bots with a fierce body protect the city from all sides, and somewhere those demons are eating buffaloes, humans, cows, donkeys, goats, and birds. The conduct of demons is very bad. That is why Tulsidas says that I have told their story very briefly. They are evil, but in the form of Ramchandraji, they will leave their body inside the holy pilgrimage river and attain moksha. Seeing many keepers, Hanumanji thought in his mind that I should enter the city in a small form. Hanuman enters Lanka in a small form like a mosquito, chanting the name of Lord Sri Ramakandraji. At the gate of Lanka, Hanumanji meets a demon named Lankini. She asks, "Where are you disrespecting me? Have you not known my secret? As far as the thieves are, they are all my foot." Hearing this, Hanumanji punches her, causing her to fall on the earth. The demon Lankini wakes up again with her hands folded in fear and tells Hanumanji when Brahma gave a boon to Ravana while walking, he told me this identity of destruction of demons. When you are disturbed by the killing of a monkey, you know that the demons have been killed. This is it. I have great virtues, which I was able to see with my own eyes the messenger of Sri Ramji. This is it. Even if all the pleasures of heaven and salvation are placed in known circle of scales, they cannot be equal to the happiness that is achieved by a moment's satting. Enter the city with King Raghunath of Ayodhya Puri in mind and do all the work. For him, poison becomes nectar, enemies begin to befriend, the sea becomes equal to the hooves of a cow, there is coolness in the fire. And O Garuda, Mount Sumeru becomes like a king for him, which Rama once graciously saw. Then Hanumanji took a very small form and entered the city by remembering God. They discovered each castle where they saw innumerable warriors. Then they went to Ravana's palace, which was very strange, which cannot be described. Hanumanji saw Ravana sleeping in the palace. There too, Hanumanji searched for Sitaji, but Sitaji did not appear anywhere in that palace. Then they saw a beautiful building. There was a temple of God in that palace. The palace was inscribed with the symbols of Rama's armament, bow and arrow. Its beauty cannot be described. Kaparaj Hanuman was happy to see new tulsi tree clusters there. And they thought that this city of Lanka is the abode of a clan of demons. What is the use of good men living here? In this way, Hanumanji started thinking in his mind. Vibhishan's eyes opened. And as soon as he woke up, he said, "Ram." When he remembered Ram, Hanumanji knew that he was a good man. Hanumanji was very happy at this. Hanumanji thought that they must be identified, because there is never a loss of work in the hands of good men. Then Hanumanji took the form of a Brahmin and narrated the word. Then in hearing that word, Vibhishana got up and came to him and bowed down and asked, "O Vipra, Brahmin God, Whatever you say, explain it to us. Vibhishan said that perhaps you are not one of the gods, because I have a lot of love for you, or you have not really come to be the Dian Bandhu who has affection for the devotees to make me angry. Hearing these words of Vibhishan, Hanumanji told all the stories of Ramchandraji to Vibhishan and told his aim. On hearing each other's talk, both the bodies were thrilled and both were delighted to remember Sri Ramchandraji. Vibhishan says, "O Hanumanji, listen to what we say. Just as the tongue lives between the teeth, so we live in the middle of these monsters. Oh my God, will those Suryakals Nath, Raghunath, ever bless me by knowing me's an orphan? I don't have the means to do God's grace, for my body is a demon Optimoguni, and there is no love in my heart at the feet of the Lord. But O Hanumanji, now I am convinced that God will definitely bless me, because without the grace of God, there is no union of good men. Ramchandraji has been kind to me. That's why you have come and given me vision." Hearing these words of Vibhishana, Hanumanji said, "O Vibhishana, listen, it is the custom of the Lord that he always loves the servant." Hanumanji says, "Tell me which noble man I am. Look at our species, off-playful apes, which is considered to be very fickle and inferior in all respects. If a man takes our monkeys name in the morning, he does not get food to eat on that day." "Oh friend, listen, I am so lowly. Raghuvir has been kind to the third person, so you're the best in every way. Please tell me what's so big about this." Remembering the qualities of Lord Sri Ram Chandra Ji brought tears to both their eyes. Why should people who knowingly leave such a master not be unhappy? In his way, Hanumanji found rest by calling Ramchandraji's most sacred and dear-pleasing gun ram, chromosomes, Vibhishan. Then Vibhishan told Hanumanji all the stories, the place where Sitaji lives. Then Hanumanji said to Vibhishana, "Brother, listen, I want to see Sita Mata. So tell me that solution." Hearing these words of Hanumanji, Vibhishan narrated all the things there. Then Hanumanji also left from Vibhishana. Then, in the same small form, Hanumanji went to the place where Sitaji is to live in Ashokvan. Hanumanji visited Sita Ji and bowed to her and sat down. One night passed. Hanumanji sees Sitaji, so his body is becoming very lean. She eyes wearing a vani tied to her head and chanting the virtues of Sri Ram in her mind. And he has set his eyes on his feet. The mind is immersed at the feet of Ramchandraji. Hanumanji was very sad to see this poor condition of Sitaji. Hanumanji hid in the leaves of the trees and started thinking in his mind, "Oh brother, what should I do now?" On that occasion, Ravana came there with many women. The women who were with Ravana were made of many types of ornaments. That evil man explained to Sitaji in many ways. Equality, price, punishment, and discrimination showed fear in many ways. Ravana said to Sita, "O Sumukhi, if you look at me even once, you say Ani. I pledge to make all of them your servants." Listening to Ravana's words, Sita Ji said to Ravana, placing a tree in the middle, covering the straw, remembering the most beloved Ramchandraji. "Oh Ravana, listen, Kamalini is never happy with the light of Kadiat i.e. firefly. But Kamalini is elated by the light of the sun. That is, you are like Kadiat, firefly, and Ramchandraji is like the sun Sita Ji thought in her mind and said to Ravana, "O wicked man, have you forgotten Ramchandraji's arrow yet? He does not remember Ramchandraji's arrow. Oh shame! Oh my God! In the absence of Ramchandraji, you brought Main. You are not ashamed. Hey Sita, you have broken my dignity. For this reason, I will blow your head with this harsh dagger. Oh Samiki, either you obey me quickly, or your life will be lost." Hearing these words of Ravana, Sita Ji said, "O Shah the Ravana, listen, I am also sure that either this neck will be as beautiful as a garland of black lotus and as good as the trunk of elephants, or this arm of yours will remain a great stone. That is, I accept to die without Ramchandraji, but I will not touch others." Sita Ji prays with that sword, "O sword, blow my head and remove my anger, because I am getting angry with the fire of Ranchandraji. Mother Sita says, "O Asur, take away my great sorrow from your cold night." Hearing these words of Sitaji, Ravana again ran to kill Sitaji. Then Mandodari, the daughter of Maya demon and wife of Ravana, explained it be saying the words of Nidhi. Then Ravana called all the demons who were guarding Sita and said that you should go and show Sita the pain in many ways. If she doesn't listen to me within a month, I will take out a sword and kill her. On the other hand, Ravana went inside his house. Here, they started showing fear to Sitaji by taking many forms of a herd of lowly demons. Among them was a demon named Trajata. She was a great devotee of Ranchandraji's feet and a great skill and discernment. He called all the demons to him and narrated what he had dreamed of and told them that we should all serve Sitaji and do our own good. Because I have seen in my dream that a monkey killed the entire army of demons by burning Lankapuri, and I have seen Ravana riding on a donkey and going in the south direction. She also had a naked body, shaved head and 20 arms broken. And I have also seen that it is as if the kingdom of Lanka has been given to Vibhishan, and the cry of Ramchandraji has returned inside the city. Then Ramchandraji has sent a call to call Sita. Trajata says that I tell you this very thoughtfully, that this dream will come true after the passage of 4 days. Hearing these words of Trajata, all the demons got scared and in fear, all fell at Sitaji's feet. Then all the demons went where they went together. Then Sitaji started thinking in her mind that after the passage of a month, this vile demon, Ravana, will kill me. Then all the demons went where they went together. Then Sitaji started thinking in her mind that after the passage of a month, this vile demon, Ravana, will kill me. Oh, mother, now quickly bring a stick and make a pyre and set it on fire quickly to burn me. Hey Sayani, make my love come true. Hearing such terrible words of Sita Ji, Trajata immediately explained Sitaji's Sharankamal Gade, and Sitaji and narrated Lord Ramchandraji's glory, strength and his glory, and said to Sitaji, "O prince, it's night, so you can't find fire right now." Saying this, he went to his house. Sita Ji, who was sitting alone, started saying what to do. Now neither fire can be found nor my sorrow can be erased in any way. Seeing such stars, Sita Ji says that many grapes appear inside the sky, but not a single star comes on earth. Seeing the moon, Sita Ji says that the form of this moon looks like fire, but Itis also as if knowing me that it does not rain fire. Seeing Ashoka's tree, she prays to him, "O Ashoka tree, hearing my request, make your name true. That is, Ashoka, that is, free from sorrow. Take away my grief. O new pimples, new tender leaves, like fire. Give me fire and calm Medon." In this way, seeing Sita Ji very disturbed by the discord, Hanumanji's moment passed like a kalpa. At that time, Hanumanji thought in his mind and put a ring in his hand. So, Sita Ji saw the seal at that time as if Ashoka's Angar had appeared and given us pleasure, as if Ashok had given us an Angara. So Sita Ji immediately got up and took the seal in his hand. Then Sita Ji saw that seal, and that beautiful seal was being inscribed with a beautiful name of Ramchandraji, that is, the name of Sri Ram was engraved on it. Seeing that Madraka, Sitaji started looking at it with amazement. Finally, recognizing that Madra, there was great joy and sadness in the heart and a lot of anxiety. What happened? How did this Ramchandraji's eponymous Madraka come here? Either by conquering them, this seal can come here, but who in the world can win that invincible Ramchandraji? That is, there is no one in the world who conquers them, and whoever says that this monster has created it from Maya, then this cannot happen because Maya cannot do this. In his way, Sita Ji was thinking in many ways in her mind. In the meantime, Hanumanji said sweet words from above. Hanumanji started describing the qualities of Ramchandraji. On hearing them, all the sorrow of Sita Ji went away and she started listening with her mind and ears. Hanumanji also narrated the whole story to Sitaji from the beginning. Hearing Ramchandraji's Charitamrita from Hanumanji's mouth, Sita Ji said that why does the one who has told me this sweet story of nectar come and appear in front of me? On hearing these words of Sitaji, Hanumanji walked and went near him, and seeing Hanumanji's monkey form, Sitaji was very surprised to see what is this. So, thinking it a hypocrisy, she sat down on Hanumanji's back. Then Hanumanji said to Sitaji, "O mother, I am the messenger of Ramchandraji. I swear be Ramchandraji that there is no difference in it, and I have brought this ring and given it to you the mark that Ramchandraja had given you." Then Sita Ji said, "O Hanuman, tell me how the love between males and apes came to fruition." Then Hanumanji told Sitaji all the news that had fallen in love with each other. Hearing Hanumanji's words of love, Sita Ji became convinced, and she knew that she was the servant of Sri Ram Ji by grace in mind, word and body. Knowing Hanumanji as a devotee of Hari, Sita Ji grew very much in love. The body became very bright and tears filled her eyes. Sita Ji said to Hanuman, "O Hanuman, I was drowning in the sea, so hey Tat, you're a boat to scare me." It is their natural nature that they always give happiness to those who serve them. "Oh my lord, does Ramchandraji ever remember me? Sometimes my eyes will also be cool to see the soft black body of Ramchandraji. Now tell me that Sukdam Shriram is skilled along with Lakshmana. O Hanuman, Ramchandraji is very kind and very gentle, then why is Hedikan this hardness?" At that time, Sita Ji became in such a state that the words stopped coming out of her mouth and tears filled her eyes. In this situation, Sita Ji prayed, "O Nath, you have completely forgotten me." Seeing Sita Ji very upset, Hanuman Ji spoke soft words with great humility. "O mother, Ramchandraji, including Lakshman, is happy in every way, only one is unhappy with your sorrow. The rest of them don't have any regrets O mother. Do not consider your mind to be like that, i.e. do not fret, do not grieve by making your mind small, because Ramchandraji's love for you is twice as much as yours. O mother, now when I tell you the message of Ramchandraji, then you should be patient and listen to it." Hanumanji was overwhelmed with love and tears filled his eyes. Hanumanji said to Sitaji, "O mother, listen to the message that Ramchandraji has sent. Ramchandraji has said that in your separation, everything has become opposite to me. New flowers have become like fire, night has become black night. The moon looks like the sun. The lotus forest has become like a group of arrows. It looks like a hot oil. The tree under which I sit hurts me, and the cool, dim, fragrant wind seems to me like the breath of a snake. What more can I say? Because by saying this, there is little sorrow? But to whom should I say this? No one knows. Who knows the essence of me and your love? No one knows. Only my mind recognizes him. But that mind is always with you, just to know how much Ram is under love." On hearing Ramchandraji's message, Sita Ji became so engrossed in love that she could not even care for her body. At that time, Hanumanji said to Sitaji, "O mother, have patience in your mind by remembering Sri Ram, who gave happiness to your servants. Accept the sovereignty of Sri Ram Chandra Ji in your heart and listen to me words and give up the disability. O mother, know this group of demons like a kite in front of Ramchandraji's arrow-like fire, and have patience in your mind knowing all these demons are burnt. O mother, if Ramchandraji had received your news, the Lord would never have delayed, because where's the address of the dark surface in the form of a demon group when the sun rises in the form of Ramchandraji?" Hanumanji says, "O mother, I'll take you now, but what do I do? Ramchandraji is not allowed by me to bring you, so I cannot do anything. I say this by taking the oath of Ramchandraji. Therefore, mother, have patience for a few days. Ramchandraji will come here with the monkeys, and they will kill the demons and take you away. Then Naradati Muni will sing this Suyash of Ramchandraji in all the three worlds." Hearing this, Sita just said, "O son, all apes are like you and demons are great warriors and strong. Then how will this happen? There is a big doubt in my mind about it. Hearing this word of Sitaji, Hanumanji revealed his body, which was as huge as a mountain of gold, very fierce in the midst of war and great patience in the midst of the battle. Seeing that body of Hanumanji, Sitaji got firm confidence in her mind. Then Hanumanji took his small form. Hanumanji said, "O mother, listen, apes have no great intelligence. But the glory of the Lord is such that with his force, a small snake eats the eagle." Sita Ji was very satisfied after hearing the voice of Hanumanji with devotion, glory, speed, and strength. Then Sitaji blessed Hanumanji, knowing that he was dear to Sri Ram. "You are the source of strength and modesty. O my son, may you be immortal, without old age, immortal, deathless, and a storehouse of virtues, and may Ramchandraji always bless you." Hanumanji was very immersed in love after hearing such words that Lord Ramchandraji will bless. And Hanumanji repeatedly bowed his head at Sitaji's feet and said these words with folded hands. "O mother, now I am grateful, because your blessings are successful. This is well known to the world. O mother, listen, I am very hungry to see the beautiful fruits of the trees, so command me." Then Sita Ji said, "O son, listen, this forest is protected by great warrior monsters." Then Hanumanji said, "O mother, if you feel happy in your heart, then I have no fear of them." Tulsidas Ji says that seeing Hanumanji's extraordinary intelligence, Sitaji said, "O son, go and eat sweet fruits by keeping Ramchandraji's feet in your heart." Hearing Sitaji's words, Hanumanji entered the garden after bowing to him. They ate all the fruit and broke down the trees. Some of the demons who lived there for protection were killed, and some called out to Ravana, went to Ravana and said, "Oh my God, a big heavy monkey has arrived. He has destroyed all the Ashoka forests. He has eaten all the fruits and uprooted the trees, and has smashed and killed the demons who were guarding." Hearing this, Ravana sent very good chariots, demons warriors. Seeing them, Hanumanji roared heavily with the enthusiasm of war. Hanumanji killed all the demons at the same time. Those who were left speechless ran away from there, calling out. Then Ravana sent Akshay Kumar, son of Mandadari. On seeing him coming, Hanumanji attacked him with a tree in his hand and killed him, and then roared, loudly, with a heavy word. Hanumanji killed some demons and crushed some and mixed some in dust. And those who had survived went and cried out to Ravana, "O Nath, the monkey is very strong. He killed Akshay Kumar and killed all the demons." Hearing the killing of his son from the mouth of demons, Ravana got very angry and sent Mahabali Meghnad. And he said to Meghnad, "O son, don't kill him, but tie him up and catch him, because if I see him, where exactly is that monkey from?" Indrajit Meghnad, the conqueror of Indra, carried innumerable warriors along. He was very angry to hear the news of his brother's murder. Seeing him, Hanumanji heard that this is a terrible warrior and ran towards him. Hanumanji uprooted a huge tree and made Meghnad chariotless and grabbed all the big Mahabali warriors who were with him and rubbed it with his body. Having finished them off, he closed with Meghanada. It was like the encounter of two lordly elephants. Striking the opponent with his clenched fist, Hanuman sprang and climbed up a tree, while Meghanada lay unconscious for a moment. Then Meghnad consciously spread Maya, but Hanumanji did not win in any way. Meghnad got tired of firing many weapons, then he fired Brahmastra. Seeing him, Hanumanji bowed down and thought in his mind that it is okay to be tied to it. Because if I do not believe in this Brahmastra, then the wonderful glory of this weapon will decrease. Meghnad fired Brahmastra on Hanumanji. Hanumanji started falling from that Brahmastra, so even while falling, he killed many demons from his body. When Meghnad came to know that Hanumanji had become unconscious, he tied him to the serpent and took him to the meeting. Mahadevji says, "O Parvati, listen, by chanting whose name the wise people cut off the bondage." How can the angel, Hanumanji, of that Lord come into bondage? But Hanuman tied himself up for the work of his Lord. Hearing Hanumanji being tied, all the demons rushed to see him and brought him to the meeting for praise. When Hanumanji went and saw Ravana's meeting, his sovereignty and splendor were not said to be worth anything. The reason is that all the gods were standing in front of him with folded hands with great humility looking at his fetus with fear. Although Hanumanji saw such glory of him, there was no fear in his mind. Hanumanji stood in that meeting among the demons as fearless as Garuda used to be fearless among snakes. Ravana laughed at Hanumanji and said some bad words, but then he remembered the death of his son and created a great anger in his heart. Ravana said to Hanumanji, "O monkey, where did you come from? And by what force have you destroyed my forest? I see you very fearlessly, so have you never heard my name with your own ears? We will not kill you, but tell the truth, for what crime have you killed our demons?" Hearing these words of Ravana, Hanumanji said to Ravana, "O Ravana, listen, this Maya, nature, who gets the power of God, Chaitanya Shakti, creates many universes. O Ravana, by the strength of which Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh create, nurture, and destroy the world, and by whose power Sheshji holds this entire universe, including forests and mountains from his head. And those who wear many bodies, avatars, to protect the gods and to punish the wicked like you, who have broken the very difficult bow of Mahadevji and destroyed the wealth of all the royal groups with you. And who has killed such great warriors as Kar, Dushan, Trishira, and Bali. And O Ravana, listen, I am the messenger of God, with whose force you have lived the whole world, whose beloved Sita you have brought to her. O Ravana, I have known your sovereignty since the time you had to fight with Sahasrabahu, and I also remember the success you achieved by fighting Bali." Hearing these words of Hanumanji, Ravana burst into laughter. Then Hanumanji said, "O Ravana, I was hungry, so I ate the fruits of your garden, and the trees that I have cut down have only been destroyed by the agility of my ape nature. And the reason I killed your demons is because, O Ravana, everyone loves their body, so those demons who walk on the wrong path started killing me. Then I killed those who killed me to protect my beloved body. Your son hasted me to this." Hanumanji says that I am not ashamed of being tied because I want to do the work of my master. O Ravana, I pray to you with folded hands. So give up pride and listen to me teaching. And by thinking in your mind, you should see yourself very well, and after thinking, leave the illusion and serve the Lord who removed the fear of the devotees. O Ravana, one should never hate the God in front of whom he is extremely afraid of Kal, who eats gods, demons, and all the animals. Therefore, whatever you obey me, give Sita Ji to Ramchandraji. O Ravana, Raghuvansh Mani Ramchandraji is a devotee and an ocean of compassion. So if you take refuge in them, the Lord will forgive you your sins and protect you. Therefore, hold the lotus feet of Ramchandraji in your heart, and by his grace rule unshakable Ly in Lanka. Mahamuni Pulastyaji's fame is as bright as the pure moon, so do not be like a stigma among that clan. O Ravana, think in your mind and give up your greed and attachment and thoroughly examine that without the name of Rama, speech never suits. O Ravana, even if a woman is adorned and beautiful with all ornaments, she is never beautiful without clothes. Similarly, without Ramnam, speech isn't beautiful. O Ravana, a man who is alienated from Ramchandraji is equivalent to not getting his wealth and dominance because he does not remain stable but goes away immediately. See, in rivers where there is no water source at root, after the rains, all the water dries up and remains nowhere. O Ravana, listen, I promise that there is no protector of a man alienated from Ramchandraji. O Ravana, even Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahadev cannot save you who betray Ramchandraji. O my Lord, leave aside the root cause of attachment and the intellect of pride that causes great sorrow, and serve Lord Sri Raghuvarkalnik Ramchandraji, the ocean of grace. Although Hanumanji described Ravana as very beneficial and full of devotion, knowledge, religion, and policy, but nothing had any effect on that arrogant person. He laughed and said, "O monkey, today we have found you as a very knowledgeable guru. Oh my God, you have started teaching me. Oh, that's evil." Hearing Ravana's words, Hanuman turned around and said, "O Ravana, now I have clearly known your illusion." Hearing the words of Hanumanji, Ravana got very angry, due to which Ravana said to the demons, "O demons, take the life of this fool quickly, that is, kill him immediately." Thus, on hearing Ravana's words, the demon rushed to kill Hanumanji. Then Vibhishan along with his ministers came there. Saluting Ravana with great humility, Vibhishan said that he is an angel, therefore it should not be killed, because it is against the policy. "Oh my lord, give him one more punishment, but don't kill him." Hearing this, all the demons said, "Oh brothers, this advice is good." Hearing this, Ravana said that if it is not right to kill him, then break any part of this monkey and send it. Everyone explained and told Ravana that the monkey has a lot of importance on the tail. Therefore, wrap oil-soaked clothes in its tail and set it on fire. When this monkey goes to its master without a tail, he will bring it to his master. If I look at the sovereignty of the monkey whom this ape has bestowed on him, then what exactly is he like? Hearing these words of Ravana, Hanumanji smiled in his heart and started thinking that I have come to know that Sarasvati has been helped at this time because the news of Ramchandraji's arrival came out of his mouth. Tulsidas Ji says that after hearing the words of the demon Ravana, he started making the same composition, that is, soaking with oil and wrapping clothes in his tail. At that time Hanumanji played such a game that he extended his tail so long that there was no cloth, ghee and oil left in the city to wrap it. The people of the city who came there to see this spectacle laugh a lot. Many drums are playing, everyone is clapping. In this way Hanumanji was paraded everywhere in the city and then set Farito his tail. When Hanumanji saw the fire burning in the tail, he immediately took a very small form. And they came out of the bondage and climbed back on the golden attics, on seeing which the women of all the demons were frightened. At that time, with the inspiration of God, 29 winds started flowing and Hanumanji increased his form so much that he started going to the sky and then roared loudly. Although Hanuman's body was very large, there was a lot of agility in the body, due to which he is said to climb from one house to another. The whole city was burned down. Everyone became restless and quickly climbed onto the coat. And everyone started crying, "Oh Tat! Oh mother! Who will save us in this time?" What we said is that this is not a monkey. A god has come in the form of a monkey, so see that this is the case. And this city, which is burnt like the city of orphans, is the result of insulting saints. Tulsidas Ji says that Hanumanji burned all the cities in a moment, not just one Vibhishan's house. Mahadev Ji says, "O Parvati, he was a great devotee of the god who created this advance, so his house was not burnt." Hanumanji turned around, from one side to the other, and burned all the Lanka and then jumped into the sea. After quenching his tail and relieving his fatigue, he resumed his diminutive form and stood before Janaka's daughter with joined palms. And he said, "O mother, just as Ramchandraji had given me a symbol of apronter for identification, similarly you also give me some symbols." Then Sitaji took it off her head and gave Chudamani. Hanumanji took it with great joy. Sita Ji said to Hanumanji, "O son, say my salutations to the Lord. O Lord, although you are perfect in every way, you do not have any kind of desire. O Nath, you are Deen Dayal, so take care of your enemies. It is your duty to have mercy on the poor, so by remembering that sorrow, remove this great crisis of mine. O my son, then recite the story of Indra's son Jayant and remind the Lord by explaining the glory of arrows. And say, O Nath, if you don't do it within a month, you won't find me alive. This is it. Say, how do I lay my soul now? Because son, you are also asking me to leave now. My chest was cold when I saw you, but now it is the same days and the same nights for me again. Hanumanji explained to Sitaji, Janaki, in many ways and gave her patience in many ways, and then bowed his head in her lotus feet and left from there to Ramchandraji. While leaving, Hanumanji made such a huge roar that on hearing this, the wombs of the demons fell. Hanumanji crossed the sea and came across the sea, and at that time he narrated the word Kilkila, joy sound, to all the monkeys. Hanumanji returned from Lanka and reached there on the day of Kartiki Purnima. At that time, the monkeys ran and met Hanumanji with great speed. Seeing Hanumanji, all the monkeys were very happy, and at that time the monkeys considered their new birth. Seeing Hanumanji's face very happy and his body very radiant, the monkeys came to know that Hanumanji had come to do the work of Ramchandraji. And with this, all the monkeys met Hanumanji with utmost love and were very happy. How happy they are, they say that it is as if the thirsty fish had got water. Then they all went to Ramchandraji with joy, asking for beautiful history and saying. Then all of them came inside Madhuvan and ate sweet fruits there with Prince Angad. When the guards there started barking, they were hit with punches so much that they all fled from there. All the monkeys who had escaped from there went and said to King Sugriva, O Rajan, Yuvraj has destroyed the forest. Sugriva was very happy to hear the news that they had come to do the work of the Lord. Why did Sugriva enjoy it? They say the reason. Sugriva thought in his mind that if he had not received the news of Sitaji, he would never have eaten the fruits of Madhuvan. King Sugriva was thinking like this. In the meantime, all those apes came there with the society. Everyone came and bowed their heads at Sugriva's feet and came and greeted them. Then Sugriva met them with great love. Sugriva asked everyone the best. Then he said, Nath, we are skilled by seeing your feet skilled, and the work that has been done has been made only by the grace of Ramchandraji. O Nath, this work has been done by Hanumanji. What has this done as if it has saved the lives of all the apes? Hearing this, Sugriva got up and met Hanumanji again and came to Ramchandraji with the monkeys. Seeing the monkeys coming, Ramchandraji was very happy that these people have Komodo proved the work. Ram and Lakshman were sitting on the rock of Kristalmani. There all the apes fell at the feet of the two brothers. Karananadin Sriram Chandraji affectionately met all the monkeys and asked them well. Then he said, O Nath, seeing your lotus feet, by seeing the lotus feet, we are now efficient. At that time, Jambavant said to Ramchandraji, O Nath, listen, the one you have mercy on is always good and efficient. And the gods, human beings and sages are always happy with him. And he is the conqueror, the humble and the sea of virtues, and his happiness is famous in all three worlds. All this work has been proved by our grace, and our birth has also been successful today. O Nath, the work done by Pawanputra Hanumanji cannot be described even with 1,000 mouths. A man who wants to say it with 1,000,000 mouths cannot be said. Jambawant narrated the words and deeds of praise of Hanumanji to Ramchandraji. Hearing those words, the merciful Sri Ramchandranji got up and hugged Hanumanji on his chest. And Sri Ram asked Hanumanji, O Tat, tell me, how does Sita live? And how does he protect his life? Hanumanji said, O Nath, however, Sitaji's suffering is so much that her life does not last for a moment. But Sita Ji has arranged such an arrangement of life for your darshan that your name has been made a soldier by mother to guard you day and night. Your name is going to guard day and night. And your attention has been made a fraud. Your attention is the key. And the one who looks at her feet with her eyes below her is the Antika, that is, the lock. Now how do their lives come out? And while walking, he gave me this bangle. By saying this, Hanumanji gave that Churamani to Ramchandraji. Then Ramchandraji took that gem and put it on his chest. Then Hanumanji said, O Nath, Sita Ji has also said some words by bringing water in her eyes with both hands folded, so listen. Sita Ji has said that along with Laxmanji, Hold the feet of the Lord and pray on my behalf, O Nath. You're going to end the crisis of the poor and the refugees. Then with what crime have you abandoned my servant who loves him at the feet of her mind, word, and deed? Yes, I have a sin, and I have also learned that my life did not go away as soon as I separated from you. But hey, Nath, the crime is not mine, but of the eyes, because at the time when the soul begins to come out, these eyes stubbornly obstruct it, i.e., only for the sake of your vision that my soul remains. Lord, your soul is fire, my body is cotton, breathing these strong air. Now it is no wonder that the body burns in a moment with this material. But the eye calm the fire of that sorrow by shedding water for their own benefit, that is, for the sake of vision. Even the fire of sorrow does not burn my body. Hanumanji said, O Dandayal, Mother Sita's calamity is so great that it is better to say no to her. Oh my God! Lord, every moment of Sita Ji is spent like 100 kalpas. Oh, come quickly and conquer the wicked with your might and bring them quickly. Sri Ramchandra Ji was very sad to hear the news of Sitaji's sorrow, and both his lotus-like eyes were filled with water. Ramchandraji said that whoever has taken refuge in me with mind, word, and deed, should he have trouble even in his dream? Not at all. Hanumanji said, O Lord, this calamity of man is the same, only when this man does not remember your him. Lord, that's how much this monster has. You win the enemy and bring Sitaji. Ramchandra Ji said, O Hanuman, behold, there is no god, man, and sage who does good to me like you. O Hanuman, what kind of favor should I give you? Because my mind cannot be in front of you for revenge. O Hanuman, listen, I have thought in my mind that I cannot be borrowed from you. As Ramchandraji looks at Hanumanji again and again, as air salt, their eyes are filled with water and the body becomes brimming. Hanumanji became very happy in his heart after hearing the words of the Lord and looking at the face of the Lord. And he was very upset and said, Oh my God, protect me, he said, and fell at his feet. Although the Lord wants to lift him up from the feet again and again, Hanuman was so engrossed in love that he did not want to get up. The poet says that by remembering that Hanumanji was holding his head among the feet of Ramchandraji, Mahadev also became in the same condition and became immersed in love, because Hanuman is the incarnation of Rudra. Then Mahadev alerted his mind and started telling a very beautiful story. Mahadevji says, O Parvati, the Lord lifted Hanuman Upand, put him on his chest, grabbed his hand, and made him sit very close to him. Then Mahadev alerted his mind and started telling a very beautiful story. Mahadevji says, O Parvati, the Lord lifted Hanuman up and put him on his chest, grabbed his hand, and made him sit very close to him. Lord, Banar's great power is to jump from one branch of the tree to another. But when I crossed the sea and went to Lanka, I burned Lanka and killed many demons and destroyed the Ashoka forest. Lord, it's all your glory. O Nath, I have no sovereignty in it. Lord, there is nothing incurable, difficult. For someone you are happy with, cotton can also burn the Baravanal, impossible can also be possible. Hearing these words of Ramchandraji, Hanumanji said, O Nath, please give me your unlovable and unsolicited devotion to your unspoiled, whichever breaks down. Mahadevji said, O Parvati. Hearing such a very simple voice of Hanuman, the Lord said, O Hanuman, Evamastu, so it is, means that you receive our devotion. Oh my God, those who have come to know the most compassionate nature of Ramchandraji, they do not like anything other than devotion to Ramchandraji. The dialogue between Hanuman and Ramchandraji that comes firmly in his heart will surely find devotion to Sri Ramchandraji. Hearing such words of the Lord, all the monkeys called out and said, O merciful, O Lord, the root cause of happiness. Hail you, Jai Ho, Jai Ho. At that time the Lord called Sugriva and said, O Sugriva, now prepare to walk. Why is there a delay now? Now why don't you command the apes immediately? Seeing this appreciation, this Leela of God, the God showered many flowers from the sky, and then they rejoiced and went taught their respective lands. As soon as Ramchandraji commanded, Sugriva called the generals of the monkeys, and along with Sugriva's command, a herd of apes and bears that have many types of characters and incomparable forces came there. Mahabali monkeys and bears come there and roar and bow their heads at the feet of Ramchandraji. Seeing the army of all the apes, Kamlanyan Prabha looked at them with graciousness. As soon as they saw the grace of the Lord, all the monkeys became so strong and big after receiving the grace of Raghunathji that there is no mountain, big mountain with wings, with a side. At that time, Ramchandraji left with joy. Then various types of good and beautiful shagan also started happening. It is a tradition that shagan is also good at the time of departure of one who has to be auspicious, whose fame is full of all the Mars. Sita ji also Kamito know about the departure of the Lord, because at the time when the Lord left, Sitaji's auspicious left limbs began to flutter, as if saying that Sri Ram is coming. And all those who were good to Sita became bad omen of Ravana. Thus Ramchandraji's army left, inside which innumerable monkeys and bears were roaring. Who can overcome, who can, by describing that army? Those whose nails are weapons. The mountains and the trees are in their hands, the willful apes, who walk freely everywhere at will, and the bears are jumping into the sky, going among the army through the sky. Monkeys and bears are making lions while going on the way, due to which the legendary elephants shake and scream. When Ramchandraji left, the giants began to roar, the earth began to shake, the mountains began to tremble, the seas trembled, the sun rejoiced that a person who punished the wicked was born in our dynasty. The gods, sages, serpents, and eunuchs were all happy in their minds that now our sorrows have been averted. The monkeys are biting in a terrible way, many bats are running around in Kotyankat and singing the praises of Ramchandraji, O Rama of strong Pratap. Hail you! Sheshji, Sarpraj Shesh, himself cannot bear the immense weight of that army, which he is repeatedly fascinated by and repeatedly holds the hard back of the kanth, tortoise, with his teeth. So how does it seem that Sheshji is riding with his teeth on the back of the kanth after knowing the beautiful departure of Ramchandraji, departure journey, as if he is riding with his teeth on the back of the kanth? So that the sacred essence of departure always remains stable, such as the wells, Bali temples, etc. The builders of the temple, etc. put a praise on it in stone. In this way, Sri Ramchandra ji went to the shore of the sea. Then the brave bears and monkeys started eating many fruits there. Ever since Hanuman went away after burning Lanka, the demons started living there with suspicion, fear. And everyone in their homes began to think that the demon clan was no longer going to survive. There is no way to protect the demon clan. We cannot even tell the strength of the messenger. How will it be good for the whole world? There will be a bad situation when he comes. Hearing such Avery frightening voice of the people of the city, Mandandari was very nervous in his mind, and came alone and folded her hands and fell at her husband's feet and said these words full of moral juices, O Kanta, leave aside your animosity towards Hari Bhagwan. What I say to you is very beneficial to you, so keep it in your mind. Now look at the work of his messenger, whose name causes the wombs of demons to fall. That's why, O Kant. My point is that if you want your own good, then call your ministers and send their wife along with them. Just as the winter season, i.e. the night of Shishir season, winter night, destroys the lotus forest, so this Sita has come like the night of Shishir Ratudo kill your clan form Kamalban. O Nath, listen, even if Mahadev and Brahmaji take some measures without giving it to Sita, it will not benefit you. Oh my God! Ramchandraji's arrows are similar to a group of snakes and the demon group is like a herd of frogs. So before they kill them, first try and take measures to leave what you have stuck to. The poet says that he laughed on hearing this voice of Shath Mandadari because his pride is known to the whole world. And he said that what is said in the world that a woman's nature is timid, so this is true, and that Iswi your mind considers it bad to be good in the matter of Mars. Ravana said, now if an army of monkeys comes here, will the poor woman be able to live, because the demons will eat her as soon as she arrives. It is a matter of great laughter to be afraid of the woman whose suffering makes the Lokbal tremble. He went to the meeting with a lot of affection in his heart, saying such a thing to the wicked, Mandodari, putting him in his chest. But Mandodari understood at that time that now the divine has become hostile to Thathaskanapar. Ravana went to the meeting and sat down. There was news that all the army had come across the sea. Then Ravana asked all the ministers to say what they did not deserve. Then all those ministers laughed and kept quiet. What's the advice in that? Then he said, O Nath, when you have not worked hard to conquer gods and demons, then who counts humans and apes? If a minister speaks to the king out of fear and greed, his kingdom is immediately destroyed, and if the doctor says a pleasant thing to the patient's speed is destroyed, and the guru who speaks the good things of the disciple, his religion is soon destroyed. So Ravana's help became the same, that is, all the ministers heard and started praising Ravana. Knowing that opportunity, Vibhishan came there and bowed his head at the feet of the elder brother. Then he sat down on his seat and received Ravana's command and said this word, O merciful. That's what you ask me. I will also say according to me wisdom. This is it. Whatever you want for your well-being, happiness, good luck, and various kinds of happiness, then, O Lord, give up the lilar, forehead, of the other woman like the moon of the fourth, just as Pia Pleto not see the moon of the fourth, so do not see the face off the other woman. Even if a single man becomes the husband of 14 people, he who is hostile to a living being does not remain stable, that is, he is destroyed. Immediately. A man who is an ocean of qualities and clever, but if he is greedy even a little, no one calls him good. O Nath, these scriptures like Vedas etc. say that work, anger, greed are all the paths to hell, so leave them and serve the feet of Ramchandraji. This is it. Rama is not a man and a king, but he is also the period of Trilokainath and Kal. Those who are the supreme Brahman, the formless, the unborn, the omnipresent, the invincible, etc., and the infinite Brahman. They are pleased to do good to the cow, Brahman, deity, and the earth. They have appeared to destroy the wicked group, to protect the Vedas and Dharma. So, salute those Ramchandraji who has removed the troubles of the refugees, leaving aside enmity. O Nath, give Sita to Ramchandraji and give up your desire and worship Ram, who loves him. O Nath, when they go to refuge, they do not forsake such an unrighteous person who has been sinned for treason. O Ravana, you must understand in your heart that the Lord who retires all three types of heat by taking his name has appeared on earth today. O Ravana, I pray to you again and again, So after listening to my request, you should leave your honor, attachment, and item and serve Sri Ramchandraji. Sage Palasatya sent this to his disciple and said, so after getting the opportunity, this thing is Ravana. I have told you. There was a wise minister named Malayavan sitting there. He was very happy to hear Vibhishana's words. And he said to Ravana, your younger brother is going to know a big policy, so keep in mind what Vibhishan says. Hearing this, Ravana said, O demons, these two praise the vile enemy. None of you expel them from here. What is the matter? Then Malayavan got up and went to his house, and Vibhishan said, again with folded hands, Oh my God! In the Vedas and Puranas, it has been said that wisdom and evil reside in everyone's mind. Where there is wisdom, there is wealth, and where there is evil, there is adversity. Oh Ravana, there is evil in your heart, due to which you are interested and uninterested. You believe in the opposite, that which makes the enemy love. You have a lot of love for Sita, who is the black knight of a clan of demons. If not this evil, then what else is there? I hold your feet and pray to you, so accept my prayer. You give Sita to Ramchandraji, which will benefit you a lot. Sayan Vibhishana said the words of the Vedas and Puranas by saying the policy. Hearing this, Ravana got up and said, O wicked one, your death seems to be near. Oh my God! You always find my livelihood, but you always like the side of the enemy. Oh wicked! You do not say that who in this world is there whom we have not won with our arms? Oh fool! If you live in my city and love an ascetic, then O lowly one, go to him and preach the policy to him. Saying this, Ravana hit the stick, but Vibhishan repeatedly grabbed his feet even after this. Shiva says, O Parvati, this is the glory of good men, that they also think and do good to those who do evil. Vibhishan said, O Ravana, because you are equal to my father, what you killed me is fine, but you will be benefited only by the bhajan of Ramchandraji. Saying this, Vibhishan went to the sky with his ministers, and while leaving, he heard everyone saying this. O my lord, Ramchandraji is truthful and is subject to your meeting period, and I now go to Ramchandraji's refuge, so do not blame me. At the time Vibhishana left Lanka saying this, all the demons became lifeless. Mahadevji said, O Parvati, disobeying saints is so bad that it immediately destroys all welfare. At the moment Ravana left Vibhishana, he became half-hearted. Vibhishan went to Ramchandraji with joy, doing many types of meditation in his mind. Vibhishan started thinking in his mind that today I will go and see the pleasant Arun, beautiful feet of red color, and soft feet of the devotees of Raghunathji. How are those Sharankamals, whom Gautama Rishi's wife, Ahalya, has overcome the curse of the sage, from whom the Dandak forest has been sanctified, whom Sita Ji always carries in her heart, who ran after the insidious deer, Marek monster. I will go and see those steps as there are lotus forms inside the lake of the heart. Oh! I have great luck. Today I will go and see those steps with these eyes, in which Bharatji has meditated day and night. Vibhishana thus immediately came across the sea, thinking about various things including love. Seeing Vibhishana coming, the apes realized that he was a special messenger of the enemy. The monkeys kept them there and came to Sugriva and went and told all their news to Sugriva. Then Sugriva went and said to Ramchandraji, O Lord, Ravana's brother has come to meet you. Then Ramchandraji said, O friend, what do you think? What do you think? Then Sugriva said to Ramchandraji, O Narnath, hey listen, you can't know the wisdom of demons. That is why it cannot be said why it has come here in the desired form. In my mind, it is clear that this person has come to distinguish us. For this, it should be tied. Then Ramchandraji said, O friend, you have done this very good policy, but my resolve is to remove the fear of refugees. Hearing the words of Ramchandraji, Hanumanji was very happy that God is a true refuge, who has come to refuge, but loves like a father. It has been said that those who give up surrender after considering their own evil, those people should know palmer, madness, and sin, because seeing them causes harm. The Lord said that even if someone is a great sinner, that is, who has omitted the sin of killing millions of celibates, and if he also comes to me, then I cannot leave him in any way. When this creature comes before me, I also destroy the sins of millions of births. It is the instinctive nature of sinful men that they do not like my hymns in any way. Hey Sugriva, will the man, who is Ravana's brother, who is Swift come before me? Not at all. Hey Sugriva, a man with a pure heart will find me, because I do not like deceit, holes, and deceit. That is, I do not like it. Perhaps Ravana sent him to distinguish it, yet, O Sugriva, we have no fear of him or any harm. Because Lakshmana will kill all the demons in the world in a moment, and whoever comes to me in fear of them, I will keep him equal to my life. Laughing, Kripanidin Sriram said, O Sugriva, whether it came with a pure heart or with a discriminatory mind, bring it here both ways. Hearing these words of Ramchandraji, Angad and Hanuman, all the monkeys are merciful. Say Jai to you. They took Vibhishana in front of him with monkey respect and went to the place where Karananadin Sri Raghunathji was seated. Vibhishan looked at the two brothers from a distance who were pleasing to his eyes. Then he stood staring at Sri Ramchandraji, the abode of the image, holding his eyelids. What is the form of Sri Raghunathji in which there are long arms, red eyes from lotus? There is a dark body like a cloud, which removes the fear of refugees. The one who has a shoulder to the lion, the huge chest is adorned, the face is such that innumerable cupids are fascinated by the image of it. As soon as he saw that form, Vibhishan's eyes were watered. The body became very excited, yet he patiently said these gentle words in his mind. O Lord of the gods, I am born in the descendants of demons and O Nath. I am Ravana's brother. Sin is dear to me by nature, and it is my lustful body, so it is like an owl always has affection for the darkness, so I love sin. O Lord, O messenger of fear and distress, I have come to your refuge after hearing your blessings from my ears. So, O Arti, sorrow, Haran, O Lord who gives happiness to the refugees, protect me, protect me. Saying this, seeing Vibhishan bowing down, the Lord immediately got up with great joy. And when they heard the humble words of Vibhishana, they were very pleased with the Lord's heart, and with that the Lord lifted them up with his huge arm and put them on his chest. The Lord, along with Lakshmana, met him and made him sit next to him. Then the Lord, who did good to the devotees, said these words. That is Lankesh Vibhishana. Are you skilled with your family? Because you're living geese in the midst of evil. Day and night you live among the congregation of the wicked. O friend, how will your religion work? I know all your speed. You are very ethical and you do not mean injustice. You do not like immorality. Hearing these words of Ramchandraji, Vibhishana said, O Lord, even though it is good to live in hell, but the company of the wicked is not good. Never associate with the wicked. Hey Raghunathji, you have seen me because of your people's kindness to me. Lord, now I am skilled at seeing your feet. Lord, until this man leaves the work of mourning I.e. lust and serves the feet of Sri Ramchandraji, this creature is neither skilled in dreams nor Hasani peace of mind. As long as Sri Ramchandraji does not come and sit in the heart with a bow and arrow in his waist, greed, attachment, jealousy, greed and pride can reside within many evil hearts, and when you come and sit in the heart, they all run away. Attachment to the world is like a dark night that is completely advanced, too delightful for owls of attraction and hatred. It remains in the heart of a creature only until the sun of the Lord's glory shines there. Until the glorious Son of God rises in the heart of the living being, there is a dark night in the form of love, which gives happiness to the owls in the form of anger and hatred. Lord, I am a monster of the race. My nature is very low. I have not done any good deeds. Even so, the Lord graciously embraced me on my chest, saying that it is difficult for even the sages to meditate on the nature of the Lord. By the grace of Ramchandraji, the amount of happiness is aho. Today, my destiny is very indelible and immense because I have seen with my Aunis the Sharankamals that Brahmaji and Mahadevji serve, couple Sharon Lotus. Seeing Vibhishna's devotion, Ramchandraji said, "O Saka, I say my nature, so listen. Either Mahadev knows my nature, or Mata Parvati knows her Kakbushundi, no one knows except her. The Lord says, if a person who has a hatred against the pasture, and he comes to me in fear. O friend, except for drunkenness, infatuation, deceit, and various forms of deceit, I treat him like a saint. Look, mother, father, brother, son, Shri, son, wealth, house, good and family. Gather together the loving threads of all of them and tie your mind at my feet with a beautiful string. That is, leave the love of all and keep only Levine me, such as Tvam of Mata, Timev Tvam of Banu Saka Twamev. Tvamiva Vidya Dravanam Tvamiva Sarva Mam Devdev. A devotee who is compassionate and has no desire and who does not have joy, sorrow, and fear. How can such good men live in my heart, as if money is always in the mind of a greedy man? Oh my God! I incarnate for those who are dear saints like you, and I have no other purpose. Those who worship Saguna, who are very benevolent, steadfast in ethics, firm in rules, and who have love at the feet of Brahmins, are as dear to me souls. Hey Lankesh, Lankapati. Listen, you have all the qualities, and that's why you love me so much. Hearing these words of Ramchandraji, all the flocks of monkeys started saying, O people of grace, hail you. And Vibhishana was also not satisfied by listening to the voice of the Lord and knowing him as Karnamrita. And again, holding the feet of Ramchandraji, he was so pleased that he did not find immense love in his art. Upon reaching this situation, Vibhishan said, O God, Lord of the world of the world, including the pasture, O guardian of refugees, O heart-rendering, listen, all my lust that I had earlier was also washed away by the loving river of your lotus. Oh my God! Now please give me your sacred devotion that Mahadevi always wears. Randhir Ramchandraji immediately ordered the water of the sea by saying this. And he said, O friend, although you do not desire anything, my vision in the world is unfathomable, that is, not fruitless. Saying this, the Lord made Vibhishan's coronation. At that time there was a lot of flowers from the sky. Ravana's anger is like fire and his breath is like a fierce wind. By saving Vibhishana from burning him, God gave him an unbroken kingdom. Ramchandraji gave the wealth given to Ravana by Mahadev for giving 10 foreheads/heads. Considering that the wealth was less, Ramchandraji gave it to Vibhishan. Except for such a lord, the creatures who worship others are animals without horns and tails. All the apes liked the nature of the Lord who adopted Vibhishan as his devotee. The Lord is always everywhere, in everyone's house, dwelling in everyone's heart, omnipresent, manifested in all forms, omniscient and always indifferent. Sri Ramchandraji told all the ministers that he was the destroyer of the Rakshasakula, the follower of ethics, the man from Maya, who has become a human being to bless the devotees for the reason. Listen, O Lord of the monkeys and O valiant sovereign of Lanka, how are you to cross the deep ocean full of alligators, snakes, and all varieties of fish, most unfathomable and difficult to cross in every way? At that time Lankesh I.e. Vibhishana said, O Raghunath, listen, your arrows are such that millions of seas dry up, then what is the weight of the sea? However, it has been said in the policy that first you should act with the same words, for this you should come to the sea and beg. Vibhishan says, O Lord, this sea is your vice-chancellor. So they will definitely think and say the solution, and by holding the remedy, these ape and bears will cross the sea without labor. Hearing this, Ramchandraji said, O Saka, you have described this remedy very well, and we will do this remedy, but if God helps, it will be successful. This advice did not go well in Lakshman's mind, so Lakshman felt very sad after hearing Ramchandraji's words. And Lakshman said, "O Nath, what is God's trust? You bring anger in your mind and dry up the sea. Trusting in God is a cornerstone of the minds of godly men, because those lazy people keep calling out to God, thinking that they will be godly." Hearing these words of Lakshmana, the Lord laughed and said, "O brother, I'll do it like that, but have some patience in your mind." Lord Lakshman came near the sea by explaining this to him. And first the Lord went and bowed down to the sea and then laid a cushion and sat on its shore. When Vibhishan came to Ramchandraji, Ravana sent his messenger from behind. The messenger took the form of a monkey and saw all the conditions there. Seeing the Lord's great affection for the refugees, he greatly appreciated the qualities of the Lord in his heart. And the love grew so much that he forgot to hide and started praising Ramchandraji's nature publicly. When the monkeys learned that he was the messenger of the enemy, they tied him up and brought him to Sugriva. Sugriva saw and said, "Listen to the apes, send this demon evil man away." Hearing these words of Sugriva, all the monkeys ran away, then tied him and roamed around in the Katak army. The monkeys started killing him in many ways, and he started calling him like a poor man in many ways, yet the apes did not leave him. Then he called out and said that those who cut our nose and ears are sworn by Sri Ramchandraji. Hearing the commotion in the army, Lakshman called him to him and Lakshman left and rescued him. Lakshmana wrote a letter and gave it to him and asked him to give it to Ravana and tell the clan to share it with Lakshmana's interest. And tell me a very big message to that fool that either you give Sita Ji and come to us, otherwise your call has come. Hearing these words of Lakshmana, he immediately bowed his head at Lakshman's feet and praised Ramchandraji's qualities and left from there. He came to Lanka singing the glory of Ramchandraji, went to Ravana and bowed at Ravana's feet. At that time Ravana laughed and asked him, "O Shuk, talk about your skills, and then say the skill of Vibhishan, whose death has come very close." That king left Lanka to rule, so now that unfortunate person will have the same condition as a jaw's mite, that is, as the mite in it is grinded along with grinding barley, he will also be killed along with Rama. Then say what and how much is the army of bears and apes that come here with the inspiration of difficult times. Oh my God! Right now the poor soft-hearted sea protecting their creatures. If there was no sea between them and the demons would have killed them and eaten them by now. Sleeping, how many days will it last? And then speak of the ascetics in whose hearts I have great pain, I have a great fear. Oh my God! Did you meet them? Did they turn back after hearing my happiness, Suyash, from their ears? Oh my God! Why doesn't the enemy steam say that it is strong? How is your mind startled? Hearing these words of Ravana, Shuka said, "O Nath, just as you ask kindly, give up anger and obey what I say in the word. O Nath, at the moment your brother met Ram, Ram has made him coronation. I entered the army in the form of a monkey, and when the monkeys knew me as your messenger, they tied me up and caused me many kinds of sorrow. And my nose and ears began to be cut off, and I gave them the oath of Rama, and they left me. You have inquired about Sri Rama's army, my lord, but 1,000 million tongues would fail to describe it. It's a host of bears and monkeys that are huge and awesome, of diverse colors and awesome scenery. Oh Ravana, the monkey who lit this Lanka and killed your son Akshay Kumar has little power among all the apes. There are many famous people among them who are terrible and very hard, who have different complexion and huge and bright bodies. Let me say some of the names of the great warriors among them: Dwivid, Mayanda, Neel, Nal, Angad, etc., Biktajia, Dadarak, Kesari, Kumud, Gava, and Baka Punch Jambavanta. All these apes are as strong as Sugriva. There are millions of other apes equal to them, who can count. There is no comparison of his strength with the grace of Ramchandraji. They consider Triloki to be similar to grass by their influence. Hey Rajan! There I could not count, but I had heard from my ears that 18 Padmas are the generals of the apes alone. Oh Nath! There is not a single monkey in that Katak who cannot win you in the battle. All the apes shake hands with great anger, but what do poor people do? Ramchandraji does not give them orders. They are such sacrifices that fish and snakes can dry the sea and rip the huge mountain with nails. They are all wringing their hands in excess of passion, but the Lord of Theragus does not order them to march. We shall suck the ocean dry with all its fish and serpents, or fill it up with huge mountains. All the apes shake hands with great anger, but what do poor people do? Ramchandraji does not give them orders. They are such sacrifices that fish and snakes can dry the sea and rip the huge mountain with nails. Oh Ravana! Those bears and monkeys are brave by nature, and on the third side are Shri Ramchandraji on the head. That is why, O Ravana, they can also win millions of calls in the war. Even crores of Sheshji cannot sing the praises of Ramchandraji's speed, strength, and intelligence. Although he can dry 100 seas with one arrow, but your brother Bibhishan is very adept in policy, so Shri Ram asked your brother Vibhishan to cross the sea. Then he advised that first the work should be done softly, and those who do not work out softly, then they should be speeded up. Hearing these words off Bibhipan, Shri Ram has mercy in his heart and asks for a way to the sea. Hearing these words of the messenger, Ravana laughed and said that he has such intelligence, that is why he has helped the monkeys. And by nature, he has firmly stood by the words of the coward, Vibhishan, and is determined to move from the sea like an unconscious child. Hey fool! Why are you praising him falsely? I have fathomed the enemy's strength and wisdom. Where's the victory and vibhuti of a minister like Vibhishan? The messenger got very angry after hearing these words of Ravana. Knowing the opportunity, he took out a letter from Lakshman's hand and said that this magazine was given by Ram's younger brother Lakshman. Oh my God! Cool your chest by reading it. Ravana laughed and took the magazine in his left hand and started reading it by calling his ministers. It was written in the magazine, "Hey shut! Hey idiot! You may be pleased with your words, O Kalantak. Do not destroy your clan. You will not be able to escape even if you oppose Ramchandraji and take refuge in Vishnu, Brahma, and Mahesh. Give up your pride and become obsessed with the Lord's feet like your younger brother. That is, the feet of Ramchandraji are pierced. Oh my God, do not be a kite with a family in the form of Ramchandraji's arrow. Just as a kite falls into the fire and burns, so do not die with Ramchandraji's arrow." Hearing these letters, Ravana was a little scared in his mind, but after hearing everyone laughing from above, Ravana said, "The luxury of this little ascetic's voice is such that it is as if he holds the sky lying on the earth with his hand." At that time Shuka, angel, said, "O Nath, this speech is all true, so you should understand except for natural pride. O Nath, listen to my words with anger and let go of the opposition you have tied to Ram." Even though Ram is the master of all the worlds, his nature is very gentle. If you go and meet them, they will be kind to you as soon as they meet. They will not keep a single crime of yours in their heart. Lord, I also believe that you should give Sita to Ramchandraji. Shuka said many things, but Ravana did not say anything, but at the moment he said to give it to Sita, the evil man kicked Shuka, the angel. Then he, like Vibhishan, bowed his head at Ravana's feet and went to the place where the Shri Ramchandraji of grace was Vairaj. Saluting Ramchandraji, he said everything there. After that, by the grace of the demon Ramchandraji, he attained his speed, i.e. Muni body. Mahadevji says, "O Parvati, he was a very knowledgeable sage in his previous life, so he was a demon by the curse of Agastya Rishi." Here he repeatedly bowed to the feet of Ramchandraji and then went to his ashram. When the Rutsi did not accept humility, that is, 3 days had passed since Ramchandraji sat on the mirror, then Ramchandraji got angry and said that there is no love without fear. "Hey Lakshman, bring the bow arrow because now the sea will have to bedreed with arrow fire. Look, all these things fail. To be polite to the enemy, to love the crooked man, to say beautiful policy to the naturally stingy man. To speak of knowledge to a man full of affection, to run an episode off detachment near the over-greedy. preaching equality to the angry person, running the story of God near Kami, Lampat, and sowing seeds in the barren land are all equal. Saying this, Ramchandraji offered his bow. Laxman liked this opinion of Ramchandraji very much. The Lord pointed a huge arrow in the bow here, and on the other hand a flame of anger arose in the heart of the sea. However, the snakes and fish panicked, and the sea knew that the water was about to burn. Then he came out with a crown, a Brahmin, a kanchanther full of many beads in his hand. Kabhashundi said, "O Garuda, you see, the banana bears fruit only by cutting it. Even if you take millions of other measures and irrigate well, but it does not bear fruit without cutting it. Similarly, a lowly man does not belie vain humility, but believes only by scolding." The sea took the feet of the Lord in fear and prayed to the Lord, "Lord, forgive me all my sins." O Nath, the sky, wind, fire, water, and earth are rooted in their nature. Lord, what you taught me, it did very well, but the dignity is all tied to you. Only the ignorant people think that the poor, the Shudras, the animals, and the women are entitled to punishment. And for the sake of creation, they have appeared with your inspiration, so this thing is famous in all the texts. Lord, if one lives in the same way as the Master commands, then he gets happiness. Hearing such a very gracious word of the sea, smiling, the Lord said, "O Tat, take measures as soon as this monkey sword crosses." Hearing these words of Ramchandraji, the sea said, "O Nath, Neil and Nalare brothers, Nal has been blessed by sages in childhood. That is why, Lord, even a heavy mountain touched by the tap will float on the sea with your glory. Neil and Nal both played as children. So when the Munis you said to worship Shalgramji in the ashrams of the sages and sit in meditation, they used to take Shalgramji and throw him into the sea. With this, these sages cursed that the stone thrown from the tap would not drown. So the same curse was blessing for him. Lord, whatever I can do, I will also help you by keeping your sovereignty in mind according to my strength. O Nath, in this way, you build a bridge in the sea that people in Triloki will continue to sing your Suyash after seeing I exist.